Hey everybody. Yes, Lady of Faith. It's a spellcaster. It's my dueling spirit. She reminds me to have faith in everything that I do. Because life's but a game in which we all participate. The purpose of this video is about a particular question that's going to be on our ballots in New Hampshire. And hopefully only people from New Hampshire will vote. They do, we have voter ID now. And so hopefully only people from New Hampshire will vote, because this question affects us who live in Manchester, or who live in New Hampshire. So anyways, the question is, should we vote? There's people that want us to vote yes on question 1 to abolish the income tax. Now, I understand where this question comes from, and I understand it from a certain point of view, but something that, it's like, should people have it or shouldn't people have it? Well, I think we should have it, but I also think that we should not have property tax. Now, I think that property taxes, the property taxes should go, and the income tax, the state income tax, should precede that. And that would help. That would also help bring our economy up if it wasn't based on property, but on income. Now, some landlords would still be paying the income tax because of income properties where they have tenants. I live in an apartment now, and most people in Manchester live in apartments. Even though there are still quite a bit who live in houses, and small houses that are maybe as big as a big apartment. So anyways, so it's all different types of housing. But anyways, that's one thing that I don't think people see. Because one of the reasons why I am against the property tax and rather see the income tax. Well, first of all, we need a tax in this state, for to pay government, to do the things that we want government to do. And that's not a whole lot, because I'm a libertarian. I'm not a Democrat, and I'm not a Republican. I'm a libertarian, which libertarians believe that there should be just the right size of government that we need, and no bigger. And that the government and the country should be based upon the laws that are laid out in the Constitution of the United States. And in particular, in New Hampshire, we also have our own state constitution as well. So anyways, one of the reasons why, and see, a lot of Republicans are against this question. They want us to vote yes on question 1. So not everyone would, so the idea of income tax would never come up. And, it could come up, and it could be brought to a vote again. by the people who live in the state. And the Democrats, well, they always want more taxes because they want more programs. They want bigger government. They want the government to do for you what they think that you can't do for yourself. And they just think the government's the solution to everything, and it is not. And of course, if you get bigger government, you need more money to fund that. And how do they get the money to fund that? They get the money from taxes. So they would like to see the income tax and the property tax. Now, we do need some government and we do need some taxes. I don't think there should be a tax on property because if you think about this, because the price of housing in New Hampshire, Manchester in particular, is up there in price. And so people take a loan out, to buy their house, and they pay it off through so many years. Almost like a car payment, but they're usually paying like at least 10 years, even though some car payments, people end up paying 10 years on those as well. And the car doesn't even improve in value, which tells you some of the problems with the car industry. Anyways, going back to the property taxes. Now, so a person could completely have paid off their house, and they could still lose their house because they couldn't pay the taxes on that. They're still, they still have to pay the basic things that they need to keep a house afloat. The electricity, the gas, heat, hot water, oil. All these things, and just the general repairs that they have to keep up. But they could have their house already paid and still lose their house because they couldn't afford the taxes. I think that's wrong. I also think, too, that if they didn't have property taxes, because usually they're paying a monthly mortgage, plus taxes, plus repairs, plus room and meals tax, depending upon, where they go. So they're definitely paying a lot of taxes, which doesn't need to be, there does not need to be a property tax. I think the income tax is a good tax if it replaces the property taxes. So get rid of the property taxes and replace it with the income tax. And that would do also a few things. If the government wants more money, then they have to actually do stuff in the state to bring up the incomes of the people who live here. Because higher incomes, well, they pay a little bit more taxes. They still pay the same percentage, whether it be like 10% or something like that. They still pay the 10%, but them making more, they would automatically pay more because 10% of $100 is different than 10% of $1,000, which is different than 10% of $1 million and 10% of $1 billion. So, anyways, and it's also a fairer tax because it is based upon people's needs, and low-income jobs would probably also have to cease to be because those people wouldn't be able to get by as much because they're paying taxes on their low income, which probably isn't much, but still it's a big deal. And so that would be less that they can buy. So income has to go up. It has to go up anyways. You know, minimum wage is $7. You know, a little over $7 an hour. That's low income. You know, I'm making a few dollars more than that, and that's still low income. You know, income should start at $10 and go up based upon a person's performance, in my opinion. If they do good, then they should get paid more. They shouldn't get paid the same wage that other people get from sitting around, standing around, um, sitting at the desk, staring at the ceiling or whatever. So, anyways, those are my opinions on why I think we should vote no on question 1. And I also think that we have to get a discussion going on getting rid of the property tax and replacing the property tax with an income tax. So anyways, that is it. Let me know what you think in the comments below, especially if you live in New Hampshire. You know, what are you going to vote? You know, do you think that we should, do you think the property tax is a more fairer tax than an income tax? Why? Or do you agree with me that the income tax is fairer than the property tax? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video or any of my videos, just make sure you press a like. You know, that lets me know what type of videos that you like to watch. And if you like to watch certain types of videos, I will do more of those videos. So, as always, stay creative in the magic of life. Thank you.